Welcome back. You have just under an hour left to cast your ballots in the state primaries in Georgia today.
And as we await tonight's results, we want to dig a little deeper into some of the subtle differences in today's local races and the primary process as a whole.
And joining us now is the chairman of the Political Science Department at Columbus State University, Dr. Frederick Gordon. And Dr. Gordon, thank you for being with us. First off, we want you to explain to us why some of these races will end today and why some have to go through a general election in November.
Sure. Well, I think in some context it goes back to local ordinances and rules and policies that dictate that. And obviously when you get to the broader elections, some of the bigger elections in terms of actual district, then you're going to actually see a full primary season and it'll be congruous with the national elections in November.
And primary days like this, in your experience, do you see Democrats or Republicans usually having stronger turnout maybe in this area? Or?
It's hard to say. I think in some respects it comes down to what the issue is, what are people connected to the particular candidate. A lot of factors are going to draw people out to the polls. And I think in some respects sometimes there's an issue of ticket splitting. Sometimes people are focusing on a particular candidate rather than simply across the board just Democrats or Republicans.
Hey, we talked about there are many candidates in some of these races. Being an incumbent, what kind of an advantage does that give some of these
I think it's a pretty big advantage.
Yeah.
I would call it a 3-to-1 perspective.
Really?
Because the bottom line is incumbency has being in the office, they know the routine, the ropes to the situation. The bottom line is it comes down to finances, and if you have an incumbent, you're going to have somebody who's going to have more opportunities to get their message, their advertisement out there, and that really translates to more campaign workers, more messages, more airtime, and so that's a big advantage.
And I must admit, too, when I went in to vote today, if I didn't recognize the other name, I just went with the incumbent, which a lot of people probably do.
Yeah, it really is. It's part of the process. I don't think there's any guesswork there. I think the idea, the way our political system is set up, is designed for people who've made it into the office, and if you're doing a good job, that you can continue to do so.
And real quick, the sheriff's race here in Muskogee County, we had 4 people that were disqualified, 2 added back on. Is that pretty historic, for something like that around here?
Well, it's anytime you have people who are disqualified, they didn't get the paperwork, on time. There's always what I would call an irregularity, but at the same time, it certainly makes it interesting. I think in some respects that could galvanize more support to bring people to go out to the polls and vote.
And some of those names actually still made it on the ballot, even though they may have been disqualified.
Exactly.
Dr. Gordon, thank you
so much for joining us.
We will hear from you throughout the evening and have much more coming up tonight on Newsleader 9.
Yeah, looking forward to those results coming in.
Thank you.